Hello. Welcome to week 4. We're really moving along in this course, and I don't know what's been on my heart lately is the fact that we need to seize the moment and enjoy every moment of our lives because time is slipping by so quickly. So I hope that some of you may be able to relate to that. It's just accentuated by the fact that I can't believe we are already here at Easter. It seems like we were just at Christmas, and time is just going by. So this is a especially rich week for me with my faith that I just really enjoy Easter, and we'll be looking forward to attending church and having family over for a brunch after. And I hope you all enjoy your time this week. And again, remember, if I can ever say a prayer for you on something going on in your life, I'm always willing to do that, and consider myself a prayer warrior, and do love going to the Father with any requests that you might have. So as you open up your folder this week, I have to let you know I've been swamped and I'm getting going on the grading, but I wish I were further along for this week. It'll be finished within a couple of days. I really, of my undergrad classes compared with this course, I really enjoy reading your work. I find that you are going into more depth and you have more insight, and so it's a pleasure. So I like to take my time and read it thoroughly and respond to what you've done. So what you're going to be reading this week are chapter 6 and 7, Advertising Design and Message Strategies. What I like about this book is it really shows the integration of marketing, communication, design, photography, and that's really, public relations really is in the mix there at the table with the designers, the photographers, the ad people. So this gives you a view of what it really might be like as you move into working within this field, or move into another position, or continue where you are working within it. So you have a reflective essay, and that I'd like to say that if that is a little shorter on word count this week, that's fine, because I do realize you have your midterm. Those of you who've been in my classes before know I really value a concise, well-written response to an assignment. However, I don't want it too short, but if you want to go a little lower on word count there, I'm perfectly fine with that. You have your discussion board. You're going to be looking at some of the wonderful Super Bowl ads and looking at the strategies that were used in those. You do have a midterm, which is 5 questions, and I'd like you to cite your sources when you talk about the answers to those questions. The 5 questions, again, word count. It does say, these are my computer glasses, by the way. They really help my eyes not to get so red from working on the computer for so long. But it does say that these answers should be about 500 words. Underline about. There may be one that you can answer in 400. There may be one that takes 625. I don't want to be a stickler on word count, but I do want you to thoroughly answer it. And you are master students, and I think you can do that effectively by quoting material from the book, by even if you bring in a reference from another website that you happen to see that illustrates what you're talking about, that is perfectly fine. What I do suggest you do, especially for those who are newer in the class and new to the midterm, copy and paste this midterm out into a Word document. You certainly don't want to find yourself in the situation that you have written 3 questions and all of a sudden Blackboard goes down and you've lost your midterm. If you put it in a Word document and you save it often, then you will have this document when completed that you can either copy and paste into the slot, or you can include as an attachment. But I certainly don't want you, doing the work and then having to repeat it. Actually, I can remember being in that situation when I was going for my master's, and just having to do everything over, and it was close to the deadline, and it's very stressful. So definitely consider that. I would also suggest that you work on it through the week. Maybe you've started doing that. Maybe do answers 1 and 2 tonight, and come back to 3 and 4 another day, so that it's not so overwhelming all on Sunday. And it is due Sunday midnight. Then you are going to begin your case study project, where you review businesses or nonprofits that you believe could benefit by establishing a marketing and communication office. Now, this is going to be a little tricky, because the only way you'll be able to find out what they do have is by going to their website and looking. And many people hide their PR office and call it something else. Very commonly, it's marketing and comm. It might be a customer relations office. It may be in a nonprofit. It may be somebody who works in fundraising. So if you are confused at all about who to choose for this, then you can email me, a link to what your what you're looking at. It could even be a church. You know, many churches do marketing and comm, but they don't really call it that. They may call it their leadership group. It may be the head pastor or someone within the church who works with a board, and they are actually doing marketing and communication activities, but they don't really frame it that way. So I'm open to you taking a look at this in with a creative lens. If you look and you see something that there looks like they're doing marketing and comm, but they're not calling it that, but they should, because then they could actually bring team players in who could help to do this better. That's kind of what we're looking at. So we're looking at you creating a plan that would be a marketing and communication plan, for this group. And again, I want to let you know that when we do projects like this, I really leave it open to you because the reality is, especially in the field of public relations, many times there isn't a cookie cutter template for this kind of a thing. You may be coming into, an organization and saying, I have a master's in PR now, and I think I could help us to do a better job at communicating and marketing and doing public relations. And then you have to create what that will look like. And you do that by researching. One of the key um, phrases or acronyms, I should say, in PR is the RACE method, which is research, action, communication, and evaluation. And what that means is you research an area and the demographics and what you want to accomplish. You act, you create a plan and act after you've researched. You communicate with the high level people who are the executives or the leaders within that group. And then you evaluate, how did this go? So how did the social media campaign go? How did the marathon go that you were doing as a fundraiser? How did the silent auction event go as a fundraiser? Or whatever it is that you plan to do. And then when you evaluate, you modify and decide, how are we going to change this, and you go back and do it again. So it's kind of like you are creative and you are expected at this level of public relations to be able to do this on your own without some sort of a template. So that's why I haven't offered one there. So I'm looking to see your wheels turn in this project, where you have thought about the material you've learned in this class, and those of you who've been with us for many classes and the other classes as well, to create this plan and to say, this group needs a marketing and communication plan. I could say, even because I know we have people who've been involved with Boy Scouts, Tommy, or you might have been involved with some sort of a charitable group, or I know, like, I participated in the run for breast cancer, the Susan B. Coleman run this year. So, even just coming up with marketing and comm, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a marketing comm office. It could be a group or individuals working on marketing and comm. So I am creative to you taking this to the level of doing it for an area that you are passionate about. So you may have a favorite charity, a favorite restaurant, a church, just some sort of a group that you feel like this group really needs a marketing and comm team. And that's what I want to see. So it's meaningful to you, because these projects go much easier when they're in an area of passion and in an area that's meaningful to you. So I'm happy to dialogue with you about this, whether it be by phone, by email, text, whichever way you like. Come by my office if you want to make an appointment. So this is coming up due week 8. So in other words, the reason I'm introducing it now at week 4 is to get you thinking, because so much of PR is done creatively, thinking about it, putting it into your computer-like brain files and reflecting on it, and as you go through your daily routine, considering how are you going to tackle this. So it's more of a thinking matter this week. Really what you need to do this week is your midterm and your discussion board and your assignment. So I pray you have a blessed week, a wonderful time with your family this weekend, and if I can be of assistance, please do get in touch.